Yeah, we rocking and rolling, baby. Go ahead.
All right. What's popping and what's dropping? This is another edition of the Jimmy J Smooth Show, along with Let's Draw on Something. I'm Jimmy's co-host, Craig Smith II. Born and raised in the 773, relocated to the 901, put up a whole lot of bullshit in the 256, and now I'm back in the 662, where I ain't got time for attitudes today on this Easter Sunday, so everybody need to know how I do. We got a load, Jimmy J and I got a load of show for y'all today. We're going to be talking about the Michael Sam situation, the surprise of Mike Anderson thing, hiring at St. John's. Okay, y'all, and Jimmy also has a various below the topics we got to answer, and I also have some fan questions, like one pertaining SES in high school. And also, I have some little issues with the NBA playoffs, mainly with the Indiana Pacers in their series against Boston. I'm going to tell you guys how I feel about that. So without further ado, with him representing the 832, let me take it to my boss man here, Jimmy J.
What's popping and what's dropping, everybody? Man, we got a shitload of topics. All of them, I put it in the description box, but I don't think everything in the description box gonna be everything we talk about. But we gonna talk about more what's in the description box. We gonna talk more of it, more outside of, what I'm saying. So it is what it is. What I'm saying, chill mode. We gonna get on to our first topic. How surprised are you with the Mike Anderson hire of by St. John's? Because that surprised the hell out of me. And
yeah, go ahead.
And I was expecting Mark Jackson to really be the front runner, but St. John's was like, hey, we gonna look to a college guy, which is Mike Anderson is. I mean, Mike Anderson does have a history of recruiting in New York outside of his typical recruiting base, which is Memphis, Tennessee. But he did recruit Kareem Reed, who was a McDonald's All-American coming out of high school, and a couple of other guys from New York. So what do you think of the hire, and how will it work for St. John's?
I'm surprised. I mean, I don't see, something. I guess it was something that the St. John brass saw in Mike Anderson. I don't know, but I was more surprised about this hiring than anything. Will his offensive style fit in the in the Big East? Still in the new Big East conference? Yeah, maybe. It'll probably be a change of pace from what Chris Mullin was running, and I still say, in my opinion, Chris Mullin really was not a good fit to coach that team. I mean, I don't know how many years he was there, but he finally gets in the NCAAs, and I really think, man, he didn't have no choice but to leave, because I think Chris was about to get fired, because from my understanding, St. John's had the most loaded roster. He had everybody coming back. And I think Mike Anderson still got the same roster of players here. Chris Mullin's team, St. John's, this year had the most loaded roster there is. And they barely got in the NCAA. So this would be a good change of pace for him. Even though I think Mike Anderson need to kind of pick up his tempo a little bit by getting with the times. This was a surprising hire, but we'll see.
I like Mike Anderson. Go ahead.
Yeah, but like I said, we'll see how this works out, man.
For me, I like Mike Anderson because he's definitely going to bring an exciting style to New York, to the New York basketball circuit at St. John's and stuff like that. And that full court press, you know what I'm saying? The thing with the full court press is, you know what I'm saying? You gotta play. You gotta go 9 and 10 deep, because if you go 8 and 7 deep, you're going to be in major trouble. So I think it'll be an exciting style while he's up there. With the recruiting thing, he's not going to have any excuse in terms of recruiting, because with Arkansas, he got hogtied out there with the Penny Hardaway hiring, you know what I'm saying, and then a host of other guys coming in there and getting Memphis guys, because that's what's the key to his success at Arkansas. Rather, you're talking about him being a recruiting coordinator or as well as a head coach, and when he wasn't able to get guys out of Memphis, that kind of changed the game for him. But him being in the mecca of basketball, or being in a university where the mecca of basketball is, he's not going to have any excuse. Even if he can't recruit anybody from the city per se, you got Jersey, then you got South Philly nearby, right by you, and stuff like that. And then you got upstate New York, which has a lot of basketball talent. So he's not going to have any excuse in terms of the recruiting thing. It's going to be all on him at this point. And it's going to be about productivity, because St. John's is one of those programs, man. If you're not getting them into the Final Four, consistently getting them in the tournament, they're not gonna fuck with you for the most part. So I think he's gonna do good. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be up to the administration. You know what I'm saying? But if he's a failure, he's gonna be a failure because he want to be a failure, not because St. John's or he does not have the talent, because that's going to be no excuse. You're talking about the mecca of basketball, the city that's the mecca of basketball, the city that has created Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Michael Jordan was born in Brooklyn prior to him going to Wilmington, North Carolina. Stephon Marbury, Julius Erving. You know, it's crazy. Chris Mullin itself. Chris Mullin is a New York guy.
Chris Mullin's born in the Bronx, I think.
Yeah. So it's so many guys that came out of New York. It's crazy. Even in New York, even if you don't get the top guys in New York, you still, with the leftover talent, you'll be surprised who's the leftovers. The leftovers are good. So he's not gonna have no excuse out here. The mecca of basketball, he should do damn good. Now, whether or not he gets to do it to a Final Four, that's going to remain to be seen. But I think he's going to be I think he's going to be pretty successful being in the mecca of basketball, being at St. John's. And then the Big East is pretty lenient in terms of, you know, allowing people to, you know, being academically lenient. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're a regular, you know, Joe Blow going to St. John's, you're going to have the grades. But as a basketball player, that's not going to be the issue. So it is what it is when it comes to Mike Anderson. You got anything else you want to discuss about this particular topic?
No. Only thing I will say is this: he better do a good job, man, and recruit some guys, because you know his offense is predicated now. Even though he was stubborn to do it at first, but then he kind of got with the program with it at Arkansas. You know, with the stretch big now, because we're entering the era where power forwards and small forwards and centers, you know, i.e. the Brook Lopez era of big men, because hey, you know, these coaches now, they're gonna have to step their game up as far as, you know, letting they stretch bigs play like they stretch bigs are. And you know, just hope he don't pull a Calipari. You know, if one guy got a skill set, Calipari wants you to play his way. No. And that's all I can say about that. But before we move on to the next topic, man, I got to send a shout out to the family of Lester Clayton here in Memphis. Lester and I used to work together on nights at FedEx at in the International Hub, and it was reported. What's this, Sunday? It was on my timeline Friday morning by a buddy of mine, Jessica Cowan. Shout out to her, that he had passed away that Thursday night, because he was sick, you know, from complications of cancer and other ailments. So, man, but from what my understanding, hey, when I worked with him, man, he was a great guy, easy guy to talk to. You couldn't find nothing negative to say about the guy. And you know, that's really rare at a place like where Jimmy J and I worked. Okay. And he really was one, and you know, Jessica called him the work dad, man, because you know, he treated everybody treated him with respect. He treated everybody with respect as well. So and she had announced it that he was sick, you know. It was like 2 years ago, she had announced he was sick. And then when she made the announcement about Lester being sick, 2 to 3 months later, my pops passed away. So, you know, everybody over there, everybody over in National, man, and in that whole area, you know, they're taking it pretty hard. You know, I think most people took when it was announced about when I put on Facebook about my father passing away last October 2 years ago, a lot of people, people were shocked by that. But then again, most, some people did see it coming. So, but Jessica, she gave me the funeral information. If I don't have to work or if I can, make it or whatever. If I can't make the funeral, I try to make the wake either or, man. But so everybody on the Jimmy J Smooth Network, send your thoughts and prayers out to the family of Lester Clayton, the Clayton family. He had passed away Thursday, and
if they got
no back.
Let me ask you this: do they have anybody taking up donations for his death?
I don't know, but I can ask. I can ask my rodeo JC about it, because if they are, I'll let you know. Then you can kind of make that announcement on your.
Okay, well, what I do, I'll send if they got a Cash App or whatever, I'll just send it to them that way as a donation and stuff like that, or they got a PayPal, I'll just send a donation to whoever's taking up funds for that as well.
Okay, yeah, and I definitely know, man, because like I said, man, Lester's a great guy. I mean, and he's like I said, at a place which is rare, where you have bad things to say about good people. He was one of the few good people you couldn't say a bad thing about. And if you had some bad to say about him, you were seriously fucked up. So.
And I had a similar situation 3 years ago with my homeboy, what was his name? Larry Carter Jr., whose dad is a pastor out there in Memphis, Tennessee. But I kind of took that hard because, and I'm glad to see I was able to donate to his funeral. Even though he was a Patriot fan, I still love him to death. You couldn't say nothing bad about the kid. And he was just a good dude all around. And that I started crying when that dude died. I ain't gonna even lie to you. And he was just an overall good dude. You couldn't say nothing bad about the dude. And
right.
In like I say, in today's era, whether you talk about FedEx or even in the outside world, it's very few people you could say you can't talk. You don't have a bad thing to say about that person. I mean, hell, the dude was so good you couldn't even check the dude. I mean, that's how. And that's rare at Oak Haven. If you don't get checked at Oak Haven, that's fucking rare. That's rare. Nobody didn't check you. A big guy.
Yeah, and I mean, shit. And when I went to Southside, man, I got checked, and I never. And the only crime that I had against me was I stayed to myself. That's it. Yeah,
Exactly. So that's even crazier when you don't even check a guy, because everybody was cool with Big Larry. He a big guy, but like, man, what was you gonna get out of checking Big Larry? I mean, come on, you wasn't gonna get nothing out of it. So it's like, everybody else, man, you was a victim out there, but you could truly say he was one of the few guys that wasn't the victim of getting checked or even anything negative. And our thoughts and prayers to Brother Lester, man, and the family. And like I say, let me know if anybody's taking up donations, I'll Cash App or PayPal that to them or whatnot. So it is what it is.
Yeah, because he was a great dude, man. You couldn't, and like I said, you could not say a bad word about that man. Not at all.
Oh, yeah.
None at all. Because shit. But other than that, man, that was, they said that really was a blow to International. My rodeo, man, Jessica, she's still taking that pretty hard. Because she said when she got to her area, she's a manager now. Because said when she went to her work area, she wanted to tell everybody. She really didn't want to tell nobody he passed away. So, but I'm like, well, damn,
yeah. Yeah, I can feel. I can feel you taking that hard too as well. But
but I mean, like I said, I had, I can say one good thing about when I got fired back in 2008, and when he found out about it, man, he along with the Rampage, he used to work. Because he used to drive for SJU.
Yeah,
he and one of the Rampage for SJU, they when they found out the reason about that shit, they weren't too happy. They were like, man, hell, folks you not, and told the manager at the time is the shit. The folks you need to be firing here, you don't do it, see, but you gonna fire CJ? Really?
Yeah.
Of all people, you gonna fire him. So I mean, he said his little piece on that and he kept it moving from what I heard. And he didn't cuss, but he just said he was just saying that was just messed up.
Oh yeah, man. Sometimes the people that don't cuss say some worse. You may as well, like the guy said in Us, you're like, you may as well say the cuss word then.
Yeah.
Those the ones that'll fire your ass up. That's the thing about it. Just because a person don't cuss don't mean the insult don't have no sharpness to it, man. So rest in peace to Brother Lester, man. And keep me posted on that.
All right, because I'm hitting up now, man. Because wow, like I say, I mean, shit, great guy. Couldn't say nothing. You couldn't say nothing bad about him.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, and I think when you put it like that, man. I mean, like I always make my analysis about comparing me to my pops was like Neiman Marcus and Walmart. Hey, he was Neiman Marcus. Hey, to me, Lester was Neiman Marcus. There, above all else.
One of my favorite stores to shop in, by the way, get suits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get back up on my suit collection. Speaking of Neiman Marcus, you know what I'm saying? Might not be directly Neiman Marcus, but you know what I mean on that. But anyway, man, Dajuan Wagner Jr.
Didn't know he had a son, man. Damn.
Well, he had him out of high school. That's the thing. He had. I remember Memphis was when they recruited him. People already knew he had a son. But he's known as DJ. But that's of course Dajuan Jr. But he's going to. I think it said what's the high school? I want to make sure I want to get the high school right so people could. What high school is he going to? I don't think he's in high school just yet, but they said he's looking good, though. They said he might have McDonald's All-American potential, just like his grandfather, who was Milt Wagner. You know what I'm saying? Point guard for many years at Louisville, won a national title with Purvis Ellison. And of course, his dad has worked with them as well, man. I just want to make sure.
That said Dajuan can't play ball no more, man. Ooh.
Yeah, but he is working with his son though, and his son can dunk as well. So.
Okay, hey, breaking news. Buddy mine, JC hit me up. She said, "Do you want to cash app it to her?"
Give me your Cash App information. Copy paste her Cash App information. I'll take it from there.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm letting know. But go ahead about Dajuan Jr.
But Dajuan Jr. He's looking good. I'm not sure if he's in high school. They say he is 6'5". Oh shit! So
yeah,
he hasn't grown. I'm just running through this article because I could be wrong about him not being in high school, but the beginning of but they say he's looking good out there in Camden. I'll say that right now. He's looking real good. He look ahead to his high school career in the fall. So yeah, he's a freshman, but they're already looking at this kid. But they say he looks real good. He's 6'5", so he could grow up to probably 7 feet. That's the crazy thing.
And Calipari, let me put this on note. And Calipari, stay the fuck away from him. Go on.
Let him make the decision before he decided to go. Because I know Milt is still with Calipari. Is that correct?
I guess. Shit, I don't know who on Cal staff.
I know he went with them and he got a national title with Kentucky, but I'm not sure where Milt is right now. But he was the recruiting coordinator because he got Arthur Barkley to go with Dajuan when he had him out of high school. He had him out of high school. I think Dajuan had him. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, he's just not going to middle school. You know what I'm saying? So he's just not going to high school, but he's looking real good. They say he already averaging 20 points against some pretty top competition team in AAU ball. But Have you heard anything about Dajuan Jr.?
Well, shit. Now I have. I didn't, I didn't get a chance to read this article, but shit, he's 6'5", and now you said the man 6'5" and stuff like that. Shit.
Yeah, he's 6'5" already, and I think he'll be the first 3-generation McDonald's All-American if he gets there, because Milt got there when it first started back in '79. He got there when it first because it was 3 years old when he made the McDonald's All-American team, and then Dajuan made it. So this could be this is what's making this interesting, because there's never been 3 generations of McDonald's All-Americans.
Right.
So that is the first 3-generation McDonald's All-American ever since his exception since 1977. And they're already looking at this dude out of middle school. And this is how I know a lot of these AAU programs and these AAU tournaments is making a lot of money off these kids.
Yeah.
Which is why
I just sent that link to you.
Okay, I'll get to it. I'll get to it after the show. But yeah, man. McDonald. I mean, this is gonna be absolutely crazy, because this dude could probably grow. This dude could grow. He's only 6'5", and he's just not starting his high school career. This is crazy. Look ahead to his high school career in the fall, because Dajuan had a short NBA career, but that's because of injuries.
Then he had that cancer too. He dude, damn. Hate to say it, the man walking around. He said he's living right now with no colon, because his colon cancer so bad they had to remove his colon, dog. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about high school coaches in New Jersey around the Camden, Cherry West. Because at first I'm thinking he's already in high school, but you got AAU coaches, and he has the ability to dunk. This dude ain't through growing. So just imagine where he's gonna be at. He could grow anywhere from his growth spurt could go crazy. Because some kids' growth spurt is, it goes crazy. He could be he could probably grow to at least 6'8", 6'9", at least. I'm saying that on the middle, because kids' growth spurt is differently. Because, like, I think from my understanding, David Robinson went to college at 6'7", and then he ended up 7'1", some shit like that.
Yep.
He had a crazy growth spurt because he barely got into the military because of the Navy, because of his height, and then he ballooned in college, from what I understand. But yeah, he's not through growing. That's the crazy thing about it. They said his handle is crazy. It's crazy, dude, and he has a lot of potential. So I hope the kids stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? I hope, and I'm sure his grandfather is working with him as well. So man, this kid gonna be crazy. It's gonna be dynamite, bro. So we're gonna look forward to it, man, when his high school career gets popping and dropping. But the next topic I want to discuss is Denver is fucking up. Now y'all won yesterday, and I know I discussed this kind of in detail before, but
it's tied? It's what, 2-2 now, right?
It's 2-2, but it's a crazy 2-2, because it's almost like they're putting Poppin in a position to game plan against him. And this is one of them situations where Denver could get put out. Even at Denver, they're not intimidated by them at their own home court. And then they won their first game in San Antonio since 2012. This is the dominance of Greg Popovich. So even if they lose the series, the Spurs I might add, Denver, the jury is out on Denver, man, and I think they could end up losing big in the second round as well. So, what are your thoughts on this particular series?
Well, it's like what you said. I mean, because Denver, they really need to. And if I'm correct, Mike Malone is one of Popovich's assistants. So, what was one of his former assistants. So I think Denver needs to. I remember when you took me to the movie. I mean, I think Denver needs to be a little bit more aggressive. Everybody, ranging from Murray, Millsap. Now, I'm gonna say this. I think they started playing better when they got rid of that Emmanuel Moore day, because that dude could not shoot. He couldn't shoot. not worth a damn. He just opted just driving the lane and pass. But they're gonna have to step it up. They're gonna have to kind of flip the script a little bit because they really didn't play it in the Pop's hands right now. Because somewhere in San Antonio, Greg Popovich is sitting there with his leg crossed and tapping his fingers together with an evil grin on his face, like, "Yeah, I got these motherfuckers now. I got them now."
And the crazy thing is, go ahead.
So I think this series is going to go the full 7. And whoever Denver plays second round, which will more likely be Portland.
Yeah.
Portland going to give them some hell, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man.
Nothing wrong with having your memories.
They're gonna have to they're gonna have to blow them out for the next few games, because if they make any of those games close, including the ones in San Antonio, they're gonna have some problems. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They made the right decision by blowing them out yesterday, or holding a good lead on them. But you know what I'm saying? Denver's gonna have to bring it. I'm gonna just tell you now. Denver's gonna have to continue to bring it and continue to play aggressive. Continue to play aggressive throughout the playoffs and stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. But you got anything else you want to discuss on the Denver thing, or you want to go on and bring in the NBA playoffs as well? Talk about
that. but we're gonna talk about this because I got a few problems with Indiana, but then I'm gonna talk about this 70. Matter of fact, I'm gonna talk about this Philadelphia 76ers situation. It's kind of find out, man, off of. I found this out on Undisputed Friday. Joel Embiid stepped up to Bruce Bowen.
Well, what was the reason? I'm trying to figure out.
Because he called the man. He said something about he owed, talking about he could take an old, quote unquote, he could take an old ass man like him, and said he was sounding serious. And I think Embiid wanted to try him on the fighting and all this other little stuff like that, talking about how dirty of a player he was and shit like that. It's been reported that Brett Brown, he said he lost the locker room. Ben Simmons, and Jared Dudley had a right to call out Ben Simmons. And Jared was right, even though, Jared Dudley did show up in the game against them the other night. Jared Dudley did make the point about Ben Simmons. The only time he said if you put him in the half court set when he's wide open, he's fucked. He's right. But it's more like this. I believe Ben Simmons, he really doesn't want to step his game up. And and then it was reports about the fact that the Sixers general manager, everybody up in management has been saying that they want Ben Simmons gone. If he ain't trying to show what he can do on the court, but can show what he can do in practice, they want him traded. And the owner said no, he is not to be. He is untradeable.
Oh, yeah.
Which I find to be bullshit. But even the untradeable can get untraded, can be traded.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So if like I said to you yesterday, if Ben Simmons keep playing the way he plays, Philly is not going to make it. Philly is not going to make it nowhere.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, bro.
Agree with that. But and then I have a little issue with Indiana because I was reading some shit about Tyreke Evans. Said something about his brother tweeted something about one more year, and after this, thank God it'd be over. So I think Tyreke done rubbed some people the wrong way up there. What I don't know, but I always think that Tyreke is a good player. Shout out to Corey Wolf, by the way. Yeah, his best seasons were in Memphis. True enough, that little several cups of coffee he had in Memphis. But let's not also forget when he was in New Orleans. Hey, he put some respectable numbers up too. Yeah. But what I think it is, man, but Tyreke, he did show he want to stay there. But like Nate McMillan said, he said these guys are worried about free agency, worried about the playoff games. Like this white dude named Brodanovic. That's a ball hogging white boy, man. Why why you gonna take, why you gonna take a 3-pointer? You pull up and you gonna take a 3-pointer. I mean, in the past 3 games, Indiana never made a field goal. Indiana be shooting themselves in the foot, literally speaking. Like, okay, why you gonna, like, what was that, Friday? They went damn near 12 minutes of the fourth quarter without a field goal.
Yeah.
That's unexcusable. That is fucking unexcusable.
So even my homeboy at the house was like, man, what the fuck is this whole ass dude doing? He's shooting for nothing, goddamn it. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, he was going off on that shit, bro.
Yeah, Brodanovic, I mean, do good. He ball hauls. I'm like, damn, you got Nick Collison, Tyreek Evans, fucking Miles Turner was wide open with 3, and this man pull up, throwing up 3s.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, dude. If you're not hot, dude, don't hold the damn ball. If you're not hot, the only time I suggest something like that is you hot. If you hot, then yeah, you lose when you hot. But if you're not hot and you not, sit your ass down some fucking where and pass the ball up, man. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. What do you think about the Houston series? Because Utah had a good chance of beating Houston yesterday with James Harden. He looked like
it was a game yesterday.
It was a game yesterday, surprisingly.
I was out and about yesterday, man.
He played like James Spartan because he went 0 of 15, and I think he set I'm talking about before he started hitting his 3 field goals. James Harden went 0 of 15, I think it is, something like that. But
damn.
He set an NBA record for the most misses before a make. He set an NBA record. I know this much. I could be wrong. My stats could be off, but he set a record for the most misses before a make. He hit 3 field goals, and those 3 field goals proved to be the difference. But he did get 22 points in the game, you know what I'm saying, in the process of him having a bad shooting night, man. And James Harden take a lot of shots any fucking way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what was the equalizer? He did get 14 assists and he did get 6 steals in the game. So he did make up for it with other stats and stuff like that. So but they can't afford to keep on having him play bad. He's gonna have to know when to hold him and know when to fold him. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But the good thing was they had balanced scoring. So their balanced scoring, helped them win the game as well. But his 3 field goals made the difference in the game, So I think Utah is on this way to being swept. Wouldn't you agree to that?
Yeah. Anything when you down 3 love, it's over.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. With the Philadelphia series, what are your thoughts on the Philadelphia versus the Nets series? Because for a second, I'm thinking the Nets is going to beat Philadelphia yesterday, and then all of a sudden, I don't know exactly what happened because I wasn't watching it. Next thing I know, Philadelphia took a 3-point lead, and then they pretty much won the game. So, what was your thoughts on that game if you saw it?
No, I didn't see it, but shit, it's pretty much over for them, man. Because I just kind of like been out of the loop on some stuff. Because with the lack of cable here over my mom's house, she got that digital antenna shit. And I told her she can upgrade. I said, hell, I can upgrade my shit to YouTube TV where you can watch all the cable channels for free. No, I don't want that. Okay. Shit.
Yeah.
Whether you want it, you don't want it, you're getting it anyway. So that's how I feel.
Yeah. I feel you on that one. But let me scroll down.
Hey, what was the situation you was telling me about with Michael Sam, man?
I'm actually gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that because I'm a clown.
Because I have really been out of the loop, man. You talking about?
It's pretty much old news with Michael Sam. So, but I'll definitely get to that.
Well, he trying to get back in the NFL or something?
Something of that nature, but it's a lot of more serious than that. Now, I'll get to that though. Trust me, I'm gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. But James Wiseman and Cole Anthony won the McDonald's. I mean, not the McDonald's, but the Jordan Brand co-MVPs. Cole Anthony had 28 points. James Wiseman had 21. I think 7 rebounds and 6 blocks, something of that nature. But I know 21 points for sure. But he was named Jordan Brand co-MVP. So they really finna hype this boy up. So be prepared for it. ESPN is really going to hype this dude up. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He played like the number one player in the country, and they finna hype him up. You know, he should have never played that good. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna put it like this: I didn't have, and ever since I made that tweet, I done had about 7 people like that shit.
Yeah. You know, I'm not saying he's Williamson just yet. I still want to see him play college basketball, but they finna hype them up, and they probably don't give Memphis a top 15, top 10 ranking because of James Wiseman being the number one player. And then you got a lot of. Let me address this. You got a lot.
Because it's Memphis, baby.
You got a lot of University of Kentucky. You got a lot of haters on the outside talking about he's not gonna do that good. Man, shut y'all motherfucking asses up.
Oh, did you see my response? I know the guy you're talking about. Did you see my response to him?
I didn't even see that hoe. What
Damn, shame. Now you're gonna make me want to pull up the Twitter on that shit. When he said, well, it was something about what he said about with Calipari. That's why I told you to read that shit and like it or retweet it or whatever. But it was. Yeah,
I wasn't mentioning it though, you know, because I've been looking at my tweets for a minute. I didn't see no mentions to it. So,
yeah, I forgot what I said. I probably maybe I can pull it up while I'm talking to you on the thing. Just hoping it'll knock me out. Testing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you hear me? So good.
Yeah, I can hear you. I definitely can.
Yeah, because when you told me about to do what the dude said, I'm like, okay. Yeah. But let me go to my.
Is Cole Anthony signed to anybody yet?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he's pretty good. You know, North Carolina. They say he might go to North Carolina. There's rumors he may go to Duke, which Duke already got talent. I mean, you probably ain't going to start just yet, so I don't know. But I know Duke got that Matthew Hurt guy, and they got 4 All-Americans on the same team. So depending on who you're talking to, they may just have the number one recruiting class. I haven't checked Rivals yet. I know Gonzaga, according to Rivals, have the number one recruiting class, but that was the last time I checked, which was a week and a half ago.
All right. Okay, now I pulled up. Now this was from April. Let's show down memory lane, everybody. And this was from a guy by the name of UK Brady. And Jimmy had to go ham on this guy. He said this tweet from because it was a response to Marcus Spears. He said, and I quote, "He went to Memphis. No one's taking him serious at all. Dude be playing in the weakest conference versus the weakest competition. Dude takes the easy way out." My response to that was, and I replied with 2 of them. He didn't hit me. He didn't. And then you did reply back to him because you had said the SEC was the weakest of the big conferences for years until the last 2 years. Half seats. And then the Memphis guy said your coach is overrated, bro. There's 2 more replies to that, but let me read those 2 replies before I say on mine. And then UK Brady said, Calipari is legend. Penny is a joke in the American Conference. Laughing out loud emojis. And then you said, how many championships y'all have won with Coach Cal? So here's my response. I said, Kentucky always plays the same non-conference competition over and over every year. When's the last time his team played Gonzaga or Memphis? Memphis has played some tough non-conference comp, but as far as in-conference goes, most of the teams went to the NCAAs every year. And I said, Calipari had number one recruiting class for how many years now? Out of all those classes, only one produced him his only national championship. He should have had at least 3 championships right now. Plus, Cal the Crook is a known system coach. He's not much of an X's and O's guy.
Exactly. He's a system basketball coach. He's a tad bit better than Rick Barnes, and that's because Rick Barnes don't say nothing to nobody. He's a tad bit, and I'm being nice when I say a tad bit better. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because at least I'll give John Calipari credit. He will get on his player's ass. Well, Rick Barnes be like, which way did he go, George? Which way did he go? You know what I'm saying? But you a tad bit better than Rick Barnes. You know, Rick Barnes recruits, Calipari recruits. The only difference is Calipari recruits blue chippers. You know what I'm saying? Rick Barnes recruit good in-state and border states recruits. That's the difference between you two guys. You know what I'm saying? And you just got a better system, a slightly better system than Rick Barnes. And you know, like I say, if you can't play the dribble drive offense, you don't need to play basketball. You need to sit.
Thank you.
You need to sit in the corner and just go somewhere. That's playground basketball to its finest. That's all the dribble drive is. It's playground basketball without niggas taking excessive shots, unnecessary shots for the most part. You know, now John Calipari will give his best players some rope, but other than that, you know what I'm saying? It's playground basketball. That's all the dribble drive is. It's a motion offense with a dribble drive, playground offensive principle. That's all the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? And with the system that he had, with the dribble drive system he had, he should have won at least 3 championships out of it. He's only got one out of the number one recruiting class. Because we got to think about it. Only a handful of teams have had the number one recruiting class, other than Kentucky, and that's UCLA, which Ben Howland got fired because he couldn't do nothing with that particular recruiting class.
Oh shit!
And Duke University. Those are the only two since Calipari has became the head coach of Kentucky. Those are the only 2 schools that has had the number one recruiting class in the country, besides Kentucky during that timeline that he's been at Kentucky. And you tell me that we playing a weak conference? Well, you've dominated the SEC and still haven't came away with a national title. You've dominated the SEC, and that's because most teams from the SEC have not been recruiting. Now, lately, when they've gotten as equal as talent you is, what are you doing? You lost the SEC championship this year. You know what I'm saying? You lost. You lost before the SEC championship, I should say. But sit your ass down like UK, man, dude, y'all, come on, man, come on, UK Shady. You don't know what the hell he don't know what the hell he talking about. Y'all should have more championships than what y'all should have had.
And I made that point. He should have had Cal should have had about at least 3 or 4 of them with all them recruiting classes he get.
Exactly. You lost to a Wisconsin team. Now let's not get it twisted. Wisconsin was good, but they were not Kentucky good. They were not number one recruiting class because they played against a team that had 3 consecutive number one recruiting class in a row. That went undefeated. You couldn't beat a Wisconsin team. You could not beat that Wisconsin team. You could not beat that Wisconsin team with the talent y'all have. And you had good NBA, pretty decent NBA players at this point. Who in the NBA that's good from Wisconsin right now? Kaminsky, I haven't heard his name since the national championship game.
Yeah, he in Charlotte.
Yeah, he in Charlotte. So he ride Pine City like my boy Frank McGuire used to say. He's riding Pine City, baby. You know what I'm saying? So what's your excuse? You should have won a national championship that year. Even though I think Duke would have whooped your ass that year, but you know, that's not the point.
And really, and I'm gonna be honest here, I would have been cheering for Duke.
Exactly.
I'm saying, even though I'm a Carolina fan, I would have been cheering for the Puke. I would have been cheering for the Puke Devils.
Exactly. So don't come to me about
Puke-mania.
So don't come to us about what y'all do, how we playing in a weak conference when the SEC historically in basketball have been a weak conference. They had the late 90s, and really had Arkansas not came in the SEC, the conference would have been weaker than what it is now. The only reason why people started recruiting, the only reason why teams started getting into the Final Four, because when they saw Arkansas break up the Southwest Conference, because we would have still had the Southwest Conference, and they probably would have possibly went to the Big 12. But Arkansas,
I was about to say that.
Yeah, but Arkansas came from the Southwest Conference. They basically broke up the Southwest Conference when they left.
Yeah.
Because no basketball competition at that point. You just had Texas schools pretty much dominating. But when they came from the Southwest Conference into the SEC, they they made all the SEC teams step their game up when they came to the Southwest Conference. So had Arkansas not had those runs during the 90s, the SEC would have still been slow. The SEC still would have been slow. Kentucky would have still been pissing on everybody. So miss me with the we playing a weak conference. Get out of here.
Hell. And speaking of getting out of here, we're out of here on that topic. But man, I got a fan question, and a couple will read one of these fan questions here. There was something worth of interest, and it piqued my interest. This comes from BJ here in Memphis, Tennessee, and the subject is SES and SES high schools. He said, "Hello, guys." I guess BJ is a he or whatever. I'll say, he or she. Hello, guys. I'm BJ, and I currently live in Memphis, Tennessee. I listened to one of Jimmy's old shows when he talked about the Memphis high school sports, about how good certain high schools were. The other day, I was on YouTube and was just watching videos on college footballs with the programs with the facilities that they have, like Texas A&M's, Liberty University, Alabama, the Alabamas, the Tennessees, and everywhere else. Even schools like Notre Dame is pouring in money to make the football facilities for their football players pretty good. What I want to know is, if Shelby County had the money, or let alone for these high school programs, for these high school football teams, do you think most of these high schools would have access to these type of facilities as much as the college football players do? Yes or no? Thanks, BJ.
I think you would have more state championships in Memphis if they had access to these facilities. So I totally agree with what his talking point is.
Okay, yeah, because I get the way I take it is like, I guess if he think like if the schools had the money, and if they invest in creating facilities for them to use, like bar none, Alabama has the best facilities, period. Because these motherfuckers got conference room. When you look at all look at Texas A&M's. Like when you walk in there and you see a video wall, you got a conference room. They got the pool. They got a pool room, not the playing pool, but they got the pool room where they can swim, to condition their bodies, the whirlpool, and all the other stuff. They got a cafeteria. Like bar none and Roll Tide. That's my team. University of Alabama has the best football facilities, bar none, from what I've read, between Bama, bar none. Because these fools got chefs. They got nutritionists telling these guys what they should put in their bodies, and then how much they should put in their bodies, and this and that, so they can be better. So I take the question as like that, and I agree with you, Jimmy. I think it can work. If the city would stop being so damn cheap.
Yeah, because if you notice, the best football programs like Brentwood Academy, Maryville High Schools, the Alcoa, even a lot of schools in Nashville, period. A lot of those schools have great football facilities, which is why they are able to compete year in and year out on state championship levels. Whereas Memphis schools, their facilities, like when we went to the semifinals, not the semifinal, but the quarterfinals of the state tournaments, we was practicing in the fucking basketball arena.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We was practicing in the basketball arena. I'm like, come on, man, we need better facilities than this, man.
Oh shit, that's like with Southside. You want to know how big their weight room was? About as big as your bedroom. That's how big the football team weight room was, and they had to practice. And something. And like you said, sometimes they had to practice in the basketball gym. Other times, and even though I spoke vocally about Coach Taylor, One time, a couple of times, they had to practice in the parking lot.
Shit, that's crazy.
Don Shula did some shit like that when he was with the Miami Dolphins. Because it rained out. It was a downpour and it rained it fucked up the practice field for so long. Don Shula told him, "Fool, no, we've been practicing out in the parking lot in the rain." He said, and he didn't care how it was. I ain't talking about Coach Taylor. This is what Don Shula did, and everybody was pissed about that, man. You know, but yeah, Coach Taylor had the dudes practicing like in the parking lot, or sometime like the little softball field. It wasn't much. Just put it like this: it was just like a big ass backyard where they practice at. And I feel, man, you know, if they can pour money into other BS, and we're not going to get into that topic, you know, right now. Some of these schools need to band together, raise some money, and get better facilities for your programs. You know, like the Oakhavens, like you said, like the Brentwood Academies, for example. I already know they got it. Christian Brothers, hell, they got access to the fucking damn shit. I think they got access to the Christian Brothers University football team shit. You know?
Yes, they do.
But
yeah,
man, but come on. I mean, y'all gotta put, you know, hey, some of these schools now need to give it the programs and look at this shit and see and get blueprints, talk with other colleges. I really don't know how the University of Memphis is right now as far as their facilities and shit goes, but I really think, man, they, you know, most of these high schools, they need to follow blueprint as to what like the Texas, the Texas A&M's, the Texas, the Notre Dames, the Alabamas, the Clemsons. Who else? The Michigans, if you will. I said Notre Dame. I mean, I agree, BJ. What BJ said. If they you know, they've invested some money. That's really what he's trying to say. If Shelby County can invest some money, right, with these schools, they can probably have better facilities, you know, more or less of their football players. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Half the football players that was on my high school team, their asses in the fucking streets more than anybody, man. Most of them, about a third of them, could play some damn ball.
Yeah.
All the others, a third of the team could play some ball, but most of the others, most of the others couldn't play worth a shit. But you know, half, like I said, half of them didn't understand what a fucking a check down to a cover 4 was or whatnot. You know, here I am. I don't even play football. I understand that. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, you know, school, like I said, like especially like with Oakhaven, you know, then like if you're a concerned student, and then if you voice your opinion about something like that, I had one teacher tell me one time, we ain't got time for stuff like that. What the fuck?
Exactly.
Shit.
Exactly, brother. Yeah. So it is what it is when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Now I wanted to discuss the situation with RC Slocum becoming the interim athletic director at Texas A&M. And
okay.
A&M losing their A&M lost their athletic director to LSU, man. And I'm like, what the hell going on with here? And then I think about it, you know, even though the money at I feel like LSU's money and A&M's money are pretty much the same, you know. pretty much. Now, you know, you got notable billionaires that donates to the A&M school, but you know, you combine all the people that donates to LSU, especially the former football players over there, you know, it would be added up as the same. But one of the things I've said is like one of the reasons why they actually got LSU is not because of the money, because you know you can get the same money at Texas A&M as you would at LSU, but I think it's the history that comes to LSU, and I said this in the sports chat, but I'm gonna bring the listeners up to speed. Because LSU has more history than A&M. When you compare basketball to Texas A&M basketball, Texas A&M has never made has only made the Sweet 16, never made the Elite 8. LSU has 4 or 5 Final Fours in their history. When you compare national championships, Texas A&M haven't won a national championship since fucking Jim Crow. LSU has a reported 5 national championships. Reported, and I say reported because some of those national championships can be disputed, but we do know they have 3 for sure in our lifetime. In the 59, the 2003, and Les Miles national championships, but their claims of national championships is 5. You know what I'm saying? When you look at baseball, LSU have a shitload of baseball titles, whereas Texas A&M, they have none. This is just an example. The track program is not even in comparison to LSU. So when you look at the situation, the guy went there strictly because of the reputation and the history of LSU. And R.C. Slocum, I think, will do a good job if they fully hire him as the athletic director, because he knows what it takes to win at A&M, man. So what is your take on that situation?
Well, I don't know much about R.C. Slocum, but after getting that little homework on the sports talk group on Facebook, shit. I mean, hey, it's more the cool's cool. LSU like, oh, we got y'all athletic director, in Texas A&M like, oh, we can come back with something better. So it's just pretty. I say it's just pretty even, Steven, man. I mean, it's nothing bad to say about that, but but when you look at it different ways, shit. Money equals money. LSU getting Texas A&M director AD for the same job was the cool's coup to them. However, Texas A&M pull a coup themselves, so it's a double coup. So
I totally agree with
that. I ain't nothing bad to say about that, but it kind of like keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak, in that regard. But hey, it is what it is. So it's just basically tiff and tat.
Yeah, tiff and tat. It's just LSU just have a better reputation in A&M when it comes to that. And speaking of A&M, the governor of Texas say he's not gonna fund Texas or A&M until they play each other. What is your take on that? Because they want to play them in football again, the bonfire rivalry, as they call it out here in Texas. What is your take on that?
So wait, you said the governor said he ain't gonna support their ass till they play again?
He said he's willing. He said he's willing to cut off state funding until they play. That's what he said.
All I gotta say is this: y'all ass better start playing each other every year. I mean, if Texas A&M can play Arkansas every year, and if Texas can play Oklahoma every year, they need to work out something and play one. I put it like this: I doubt if they can pull it off every year. But if they can do it, they're gonna have to schedule this shit at a neutral site. They're gonna have to make that as a season opening game every year, because we know LSU replaced their annual Thanksgiving LSU Arkansas rivalry with LSU Texas A&M. I think that I mean, this shit, because that sounds like the governor ain't fucking playing though. I ain't got nothing to say about it. All the thing I gotta say is A&M better play each other. They need to start playing each other, A&M and Texas.
But they could basically play in Houston or switch from Houston to Dallas, because A&M is basically, you may as well say Houston, because if you drive there, it's basically anything that's an hour and 20 minutes. That's basically Houston. So they could come to the Reliance Stadium and play each other, and they can go to Dallas AT&T, have different sites for the game. So I mean, they can play each other. It's possible, because A&M people, they gonna travel to Houston. They travel to Houston pretty often. Houston people travel to A&M pretty often. So it is what it is when it comes to that. You don't have anything else for that particular topic?
No, that was funny to me. Like I said, only thing they got to do is say, "Hey, y'all better start playing each other, unless y'all want that bread."
Well, I'm gonna get to boxing news. And I'm pretty sure you heard about this around the street if you're an expert in boxing. And this is from my boxing people. It was a guy named Jarell Big Baby Miller, in the words of Coach Sheldon Harrison, Big Dummy Miller. LDBC call him Big Titty Miller. Also, Coach Sheldon Harrison got another nickname, Big Pork Chop Greasy motherfucker. I mean, it's this dude is a straight dummy. Okay, check this out. He was going to have one of the biggest boxing matches in his hometown, which was, he's from Bed-Stuy, which is in the Brooklyn area, but he was going to have a big fight at the Madison Square Garden, and he was going to get his biggest payday ever. He was destined to make $7 million. I don't know if revenue was included or whatnot, but it was going to basically be in his own backyard. He was going to fight Anthony Joshua, who has 3 of the 4 belts. One of those belts are owned by Deontay Wilder, who has the WBC championship in a green strap. What happened was Jarell Big Titty, aka Big Pork Chop, greasy fat bastard, had fucked up and got popped for not one performance enhancing drug. He got popped for another performance enhancing drug.
You big dummy.
Big Dummy Miller. Yeah, Big Dummy Miller. So my thing with this dumbass is you done fucked up. You done fucked up everything, man. You had an opportunity to have a big upset. And even if you lost, you would have had $7 million richer. Because the dude's biggest payday, from my understanding, was $600,000. Like, how big of a dumbass you gonna be to fuck up $7 million? I mean, people don't see $1 million in their lifetime. But for this idiot to big baby back ribs, body ass motherfucker, fuck up $7 million. And I'm like, I see why you 300 pounds, because you taking all these performance enhancing drugs. Your body's shaped like a Yokozuna out in Japan. Some goddamn, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about the original wrestler Yokozuna. I'm talking about the top ranked sumo wrestler. This motherfucker. I'm like, dude, how do you fuck up that kind of damn money?
Because he's stupid.
Just that goddamn stupid. And then he made a stupid ass. His excuse was so lame. I can't even talk about that lame ass excuse.
What was the excuse? What was the excuse?
He said he didn't knowingly take performance enhancement drug, but like, dude, you look like you juicing though. I mean, you're a 300-pound boxer. Even though it's the heavyweight division, this dude is a 300-pound boxer. This dude has zero gas in the final rounds and stuff like that. So it's signs that this dude is a steroid abuser. So it's crazy. So you deserve every bit of criticism, clowning. His boxing career is pretty much over with, man, because you didn't fuck up your payday, and you had an opportunity to pull off the upset because he's a hometown guy. The referees could possibly give the fight to him if it's a close fight. You gotta be a big ass dummy. You fuck up $7 million. Come on, dude. I mean, dude, you need to give up boxing and hide your face for a lifetime. No, people should not hear about you ever again. Big baby back ribs, body ass motherfucker, man. You got anything you want to say up to that?
Man, but the excuse, like you said, he didn't knowingly take. You just told on yourself.
Exactly.
If you didn't knowingly take performance enhancing drugs. So apparently you had some fool to write your damn statement, or if you were speaking from the heart. If you didn't knowingly take them, why would you snitch on yourself? Because if you knowingly take them, you knowingly took them. He better excuse me, he need to take a cue from what happened with Billy Graham when he started superstar Billy Graham. What steroids can do to your ass.
Yeah.
Because shit, Billy Graham said when he was taking, man, he abused the shit out of the motherfuckers. He was having hip problems. That man went from 6, because he said he was 6'7", and then with all the various hip replacements and everything else, he went from 6'7" to 6'3". Damn. And back issues and everything. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, you are a dummy. You know what's the old saying? You can learn a lot from a dummy.
Yeah. Well, not to goddamn
so,
lose. what not to goddamn do. So it is what it is when it come to him. But I'm gonna get on Michael Sam, big fat, moist ass.
I can't believe this motherfucker's still trying to get back in NFL.
Yes, he's trying to get back in the NFL, and this is a session of "We told you so," Michael Sam, and even his teammates at Missouri was kind of warning Michael Sam about this particular situation. Now, Michael,
you said what now? Because you got cut off a minute. You said what now?
When Michael Sam came out as gay, the LGBT community was promoting this dude like heavy, promoting this dude. He was a minion to the LGBT community, and people kind of warned him, even at Missouri, because people kind of already knew before he actually made this public that he was gay, but they didn't want to. It was like a don't ask, don't tell. Contrary to what they said, they knew, but they didn't know, they didn't confirm it. It wasn't confirmed until he actually publicly confirmed it. But they kind of some of his teammates told him, he was like, man, you don't want to get the wrong attention with this because this could mess up your NFL career. Because the dude, he was a good football player. Let's not get it twisted. He was.
Oh hell yeah, he was a beast. Man,
he was a top level guy. Led the Big 12 before they went into the SEC in sacks. I mean, he led the. He was a good football player, and some of his teammates knew, but he didn't confirm it with them. But they were like, man, whatever you're doing, don't tell nobody about it because this will fuck up your NFL career. This is what his teammates told him. They told him not to come out like that. And then he came out, he was gay. The NFL, they were trying to make it seem like they were going to draft him pretty high because he was an LGBT guy. And then he was talking about, I'm black and I'm gay and all this shit. Doing all types of attention horse shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, it was an attention whore move. It wasn't because he wanted to come. He was doing that for attention. Let's just keep it 1,010. He was doing it for strictly attention. But he fucked up his NFL career in the process coming out like that. And his teammates warned this dude. And we tried to warn you. We're like, dude, you don't want to do that, bro. He was talking about, well, I'm black and I'm gay. Like, nigga, the NFL 75% black, dude. You can't come with the bullshit. But when he got in training camp, the Rams drafted him and they pretended like they were gonna keep him on the team and they didn't. And he came out.
You knew when he got on it. Let's be honest here. You got to think who the coach was at the time too. So yeah, and I even said, yeah, he gonna be in training camp when he gonna be cut the next day.
Yeah, and that's what happened. But he was doing that for attention, and the LGBT community used him as a fucking proxy. And that's what a lot of those LGBT people do. I'm talking about white LGBT people, because black LGBT people don't have power like that. But white LGBT community used him for what he was, and that was a big dummy. And you fucked up. Let's just keep it 1,010.
Yeah, and you also have to fault another factor in all this that made him an attention whore, and I believe they probably egged him on too.
Yeah, I agree. We're not in disagreement.
Wait. I believe they egged him on too, and I'm going to tell you who they are in four letters. ESPN.
Thank you. I'm gonna tell you why. Because ESPN, they're connected. Some of your highest ranked executives in certain divisions are gay people. A lot of people don't know that. Some of your top guys in ESPN, even though it's owned by Disney has a history of all types of gay and fuckery and all types of pedophilia as well. Let's not sexual embarrassment, I should say. So that they have a history of shit too. So let's not. I mentioned that before, but Michael said knew better. You should have knew better. You should have waited till you got your money. Came out. You should have gotten your money first, and then hey, I love men. At least you would have been $20 million, $30 million richer. Now he talking about I was used by the LGBT community. I'm like, nigga, duh. We told you from the jump that wasn't a good move. We told you the black community really was embarrassed for him because we knew what time it was. They were going to use him up and then, throw him away. Talking about I felt like I wanted to commit suicide. His man booty white dude that he was with, he dumped him. He just got used and abused. I'm like, you got butt broken, you got butt broken, and you got used for what you was, and that was a big dummy.
Mm-hmm. Now let me ask you this: if you were to interview Michael Sam, what would be some questions you would ask him?
What the hell was wrong with you? That's what I would ask his ass. What the hell was wrong with you, nigga? I would have just told him, get your money first. They were trying to warn him because they kind of knew. People know when a nigga's gay. I mean, I'm talking about men. Men know when another nigga's gay. You know what I'm saying? We might not
Hold on a minute, Jim.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, we might not come out and say, man, we might not come out and ask you because we want to, we like we have a don't ask, don't tell policy. But if we feel something in the air with you, man, we're gonna be like, man, dude, don't do that, man. Just don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, and Dan, Steve, the military has a strict code about well, past tense, they had.
I think they reapplied it because of that could be a problem. So I kind of agree with the military for doing that because you on the
don't ask, don't tell.
I think they reapplied it. I think Trump did reapply it, which is one of the few good things I hate to say that motherfucker did, but I digress.
Well, and then also let's not forget that he stopped Betsy DeVos from taking all the funding for the Special Olympics. Yeah, and shit like that, because he told her you do it again, and he said that no, we don't. Every president donates to that. Yeah, because if you tapping it, he told her he let her, and she was embarrassed because I think Trump was serious about firing her ass, because he was serious the first time when she wanted to eliminate this student loan forgiveness program and feel like people need to do like they've been doing, just pay their student loans the hard way. He like, oh no, that's not happening. No, that is not happening. So we ain't gonna talk about Trump in that regard. But yeah, you said now, I'd ask you what questions I'd ask you what questions you would ask Michael Sam. Here's one I would ask him. Why you didn't listen?
Exactly. And and I'm embarrassed to say he's from the Houston area. He's from like Hitchcock, Texas, which is Galveston area. But it's like, dude, you should have known better, dude. I'm like, dude, that's one of you should have got his money first and then come out if you want to come out. Just like Frank Ocean. I will say this, Frank Ocean before but people knew he was gay too, but he didn't come out until he got his money, which was smart. And then he wrote songs for people behind the scenes as well. So Frank Ocean did the right thing. He got his money and then shit, hey, I love man booty. If you're gonna come out with it, just get your money first, dude. Don't fuck up your money before you get out there. They just used and abused this dude, man. And it's crazy, dude. But do you got anything else you want to say before I get on to the next topic, brother?
No, I mean, well, what is he doing now? That's the thing. I just hope he got something to fall back on.
I don't think he does, because he was talking. He did an interview talking about he committed suicide. He was gonna commit suicide. He was thinking about committing suicide, doing heavy drug uses and all types of shit. So they used this dude, man, for what they could use this nigga for. So it was just crazy situations, though, man. But one more topic. Well, I got two more topics, but one of the topics I want to get away is the emasculation of black men, as well as why Dwade and Gabrielle Union should be stumped out, because it's too much of crazy shit that's going on out here. I saw something on Facebook that was very disturbing. And one of the things that was disturbing was this dude was wearing makeup. And he was wearing makeup because his girlfriend put makeup on him, and she was a makeup artist or some shit like this.
Right.
And I was to myself when I seen this, why didn't this woman go find one of her girlfriends to put makeup on? And then the dude was comfortable being in this fucking makeup. And I was like, dude, I'm like, let me tell y'all women something. If you could do that to your man, you need to be asking what secrets is gonna come out. Do we got any kind of secrets? It's every bit of moist. You know, I mean, this just worried the hell out of me. And emasculation is, we need more men around here. Let me just get to the bits and pieces of it. We need more fucking men out here instead of more homoerotic guys out here. And that really disturbed me right there because, you know, and then you got, you know, white supremacists adopting black kids. And, you know, look at the situation with, what's that woman? Charlize Theron. She turned the boy basically into a transgender kid. So we need more black men to step up, man, because for a grown ass man to have a woman put some makeup on him, that's a crying fucking shame. That shows how much lack of men out here in the game. We need some more men out here. And I'm gonna get on Dwade and Gabrielle Union ass too.
As far as I'm concerned on that matter, fuck them. Go ahead.
But Gabrielle, y'all need to be seeing if this boy had been abused, because the fact that you let an 11-year-old kid go to the gay pride and act like nothing is wrong with that shit, and this boy is tooting his ass for 11 years old, I would be disturbed if it was a girl. But you letting a boy toot his ass up, you know what I'm saying? Toot his booty up. It's so fucking disturbing. It's crazy. Both of you motherfuckers need y'all goddamn ass whooped. Both of you motherfuckers need a front kick to your goddamn chin, motherfucker, for letting that kid do some stupid ass shit like this. What's the fuck wrong with you? And Dwade made me piss me off too, goddamn it. Because how the fuck you go through? How the fuck you beat the court system against your black woman? Which,
bro, that's what I want to know.
Don't that it damn near never happens. You beat the court to take custody of your kids, and you let Gabrielle Union. This come from Gabrielle Union more than Dwade, but I'm getting on Dwade, goddamn box head, goddamn sock it to me cake head ass motherfucker for doing this goddamn bullshit. How do
fuck you, Dwade?
How the fuck you allow some shit like this to happen? Your 11-year-old son, you okay with this nigga going to the gay pride? Now, granted, if the kid grow up, okay, and he decides like Magic Johnson's son, that was I feel like Magic Johnson's son, that was a decision he made. So I don't think I know Magic Johnson didn't have anything to do with that. That was a decision. He a grown man. He makes that decision. Okay, bam, I'm cool with it. Long as he don't come back dead, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? But an 11-year-old, 11-year-old don't got the power to make those kind of fucking decisions. You need to be getting that kid checked. You need to be finding out if this kid been abused. You need to be asking questions instead of I'm supporting his gayness, his new gay lifestyle. The fuck, an 11-year-old with a gay lifestyle? Who the fuck?
I'm gonna tell you what Gabrielle really supporting. She's supporting the fact, like you said, her hatred toward men when she basically got her pee hole ripped apart as a teenager.
Exactly.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. If I was Bonnie, despite the fact, if I had a woman like D-Wade's ex-wife, despite the fact with her having mental illness or whatever, I'm surprised Bonnie ain't stepped up and said nothing about this. See, that's the thing. But believe me, she will. But man, you got 3 boys by your first wife that you've been dating ever since high school, and I think she's older than him. I think because that was one of those stories he didn't want to tell. But man. Ain't no way in the hell. And I'm saying like this, ain't no way in the hell. Jimmy, ain't no fucking way in the hell that if I had an 11-year-old son, he gonna get his mama gonna take him to some gay pride party. Man, I'd be mad as hell. So what you do that for? I just would be like, well, I just wanted him to say, no, you don't take my son, you don't take my child, no damn LGBT party. What the fuck wrong with you?
Yeah. Now, if he grown, he's grown. He make that, but this kid is 11 years old, and something happened to this kid. I think something happened to this kid, and he's acting out, and and I think Gabrielle Union is playing a major factor in this. You know what I'm saying? But Dwade was on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, promoting this shit. I'm like, dude, you need your ass whooped. All 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, whatever. And I noticed that, and he cut his comments off. He went live, and he cut his comments off.
And
but everybody else replying.
But he cut his comments off because he know he's fucking up. When you do shit like that, you're fucking up, and shit like this should not be happening to an 11-year-old child. The 18, okay, that's different. You know what I'm saying? 11 is too fucking young. It's too young. It's too fucking young to be making critical, life-changing decisions like that, man. So both of you motherfuckers need to be slapped like Mo, Larry, and Curly from the Three Stooges, because y'all are the fucking Three Stooges as far as I'm concerned. No disrespect to the kid, but it is what it is.
No, they the three goons of the black community.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Not coons. I said goons, y'all. GOONS.
You're welcome to say that if you want to, but I'm not gonna piss on you if you did. But my thing is, you know what I'm saying? We got to stop this emasculation and the co-signing of emasculation among black men, and that's why I put Dwade and Gabby. I'm about to say Gabby Sidibe, but she's acting like a goddamn Gabby Sidibe. Gabby Sidibe need a Sidibe on her fucking head for doing some stupid ass. Gabrielle Union's head for doing some stupid ass shit like this. But
I need to fall in her face too.
Exactly, every bit of her big ass, but
and make her smell it.
Exactly, and I agree. This is uncensored, live and direct, and full effect, baby. And like I say, man, we got to stop this emasculation, man, of our men, man. And if you see a kid that needs some guidance, man, mentor these guys, man. You don't need the mama's permission to mentor some of these kids as well. You see something wrong, man. If I see a kid doing something crazy, I'm gonna call at him, man. And if you're a small kid, I'm gonna give him some money. Like, hey, man, go back to your mama or something like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Or try to lace him with some game if he's old enough to be laced. So, you know what I'm saying? We gotta stop this shit, man. And we gotta take control and raise some of these kids out here, man. Don't just raise your kids, raise everybody else's kids, man. You know what I'm saying? And raising ain't always having kids come in your house and taking control and financially providing for them. No, just help, give them some guidance, man. These kids ain't got no guides. We ain't got no.
Man, believe me and believe us. Believe me when I tell you, to quote my cousin Avion of Chicago, big shout out to him. There's some kids that really need some guidance.
Exactly.
Not just black kids. Everyone, everybody, white, Mexicans, Korean kids, shit. Cause man, and you really have, and you can tell some of these kids don't have no respect for nobody, man. Because the way they would talk to an adult. Cause man, I went to me and a buddy of mine, we went to GameStop yesterday, and we just had to stop and look at one another. And I'm gonna tell you why. Cause it was an interracial couple, black, white guy was out with his wife, his black wife, stuff like that. And little boy was just being all rude. And, his mama got on, she said, we're gonna have a talk. She said, because I'm talking to the, and she had an accent on it. She said, I'm talking to the clerk about everything. And you want to scream, I'm sorry. And man, me and my buddy, we looked at one another like, and we said it out loud. And he said it out loud so it could be heard. He said, if that was my mom, I was that little boy's age, and I shouted at her. Oh, we've been getting our ass above the ground, and that's the problem. These man, these kids today have no kind of discipline, none whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm speaking truth. I got a right to speak truth. And people say, "Well, Craig, you wouldn't know anything about it. You ain't got no kids." Well, you're damn right. I know I don't have no children, but hey, you forgot we were children too.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, discipline starts from the home.
Exactly.
Okay. And when me and my friend, we saw that shit at that GameStop when he stopped at GameStop for something. We just looked at one another and just shook our head. Exactly. And parents, it's y'all fault. You know, if it's something like Jimmy said, hey, if it's something wrong with your kids, man, talk to them.
Exactly.
Fucking talk to them. Stop with this bullshit. And I've said it before, and I say it again. Stop telling your child, and I quote, a child should be seen, not heard. No, fuck that.
Exactly.
Because I remember I got told about that shit plenty of times by one of my cousins. I told her to go fuck herself. Mm-hmm. Here I was 11 going on 12 years old. I told my cousin who was 22 at the time, go fuck yourself. I did. I told her, I said, go fuck yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I feel you. I feel
so,
you.
And if y'all still telling y'all kids that, I'm speaking on behalf of them on the with Jimmy and I, we have made ourselves the voice for the voiceless. As far as little kids go, you still tell your child that kiss our ass.
Exactly. So you ain't got anything else before I go to my last topic?
No, nothing else. Hey, off there, I gotta ask you something too, man. So that's
okay.
Off there thing.
Okay, no problem.
What's the last topic?
My last topic is, and I'm just speaking for myself. I can't speak for any other man. Okay. My last topic is, no woman can say I've ever cheated on her. Because one thing about me is, if I'm with you, I'm with you. And if I gotta cheat on you, I don't need you. Mm-hmm. That's my thing. And I know there's a lot of women on Facebook saying all these Negroes don't have 5 of these or 10 of these or whatever. And I would like to say to these motherfuckers, go fuck yourself in the asshole with a cucumber. And I hope you bleed out seriously.
Damn.
For saying
Damn.
And can't no woman say I cheated on her. If I was willing to, if I felt like the relationship is over, I'd be the one to say it's over. Now, whether this person accepted my invitation to a breakup, it was on them. But
okay, well, what led this on though?
What led this on? Because it's a lot of people, and it's a lot of and men out here too. Because there's a lot of men that says the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But motherfucker, you can't speak for me. Speak for yourself, not me. Mm-hmm. I can speak for mines. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, I've been single for about at least 7 years. That don't mean I don't get it in. You know what I'm saying? Because I do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I like I say, can't no woman say I've ever cheated on her. Can't no woman ever say I've done her dirty. You know what I'm saying? If it's something she felt I did dirty, she was just in her fucking feelings. You know what I'm saying? And I stand 10 toes down on it, man. When I settle down, I'm gonna settle down. You know what I'm saying? I brought up the post today. I said, if a woman, all I need is somebody to see my vision. If she sees my vision, we can conquer the girl, man. Because like I say, man, if push come to a shove, I can get a girlfriend tomorrow, but it ain't about me getting somebody. It's about getting quality, not quantity. And a lot of these dudes are more concerned with quantity than quality. And as you get older, you're gonna want something quality. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you is. At some point, no person wants to die alone, especially, and nobody wants to grow old alone. You know what I'm saying? So, to you motherfuckers that say men is like this and men is like that, as I once said before, go
eat a dick.
Eat a dick. Entirely eat a dick. So, if you have a fucked up point of view of men, then that's your problem. So that's my thing. You have anything you want to say before I get off the air?
Well, I mean, hey, I agree with you on that. And I know you can't speak for everybody. I can say I've never cheated on a woman myself. Even though I was accused by my ex-wife of cheating on her, which is bullshit. And let alone, and I explained that story, don't want to get on that one. And then let alone, hey, I've been cheated on. You know? But you know, I agree with Jimmy. I heavily agree with you on that, man. And it's like you know, women always say, if a man ain't got all these other things. Again, and Jimmy J and I said this, and if you don't like what we say on here in regards to how we feel about with women saying I'm a fuck shit, talking about some okay, now we cool about the fact when you say, okay, I want a man that can compliment me and complete me. Okay, we'll give you a solid on that one. But if you talking about, and I quote, I want a man that can take, I want a man that's gonna pay all my bills, pay everything, pay the house, pay the car, pay this, pay that, and put groceries in there and whatnot. You looking for a liability. Exactly. And mainly, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. And women, if some of you all women, I think, and I personally know some. I'm not gonna say their name. I personally know some. You're a liability also to us. If you want us to do all that, hey, you ain't nothing but a liability. Hell, you know, hey, I mean, hey, I've been single for several months, a little bit, you know, and you know, I try to get mine in too, you know, but lately, you know, I've been struggling on some, you know, on ends and stuff like that. But look, I mean, if I can find me a woman that can, like I said, that, you know, like what you said, man, I want to rule, man, me and her, we'll rule the world hand in hand with iron fists. See, that's the kind of woman I want.
Exactly, man. Because you can't tell a man to pay all your bills and do this, and you bring nothing to the table. Because a lot of these women don't do nothing but want a sucker. I need a man to do this. I need a man to do this. No, bitch, you want nobody but a sucker, and that's your major issue. Is you looking for suckers instead of looking for something. And you know that's the reason why you keep on bouncing for dude to dude. That's the reason why you keep on getting your ass whooped from dude to dude. So you know what I'm saying? If you're that type of woman that's a liability and not an asset, you know what I'm saying? Kiss my entire ass. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
It is what it is. So, you got anything else before we get on out of here?
No, that's it, bro.
Okay, well, definitely great show, man. This is your boy live and direct in full effect out the 832 with my boy out the 662. And y'all already know how we do. Peace out and have a great day and enjoy your work week.
Same here, and happy Easter to everybody. And the pleasure has been all yours.